Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Redeems himself for yesterday's terrible daily. It's a daily. It's the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Today, we're Judas. We go, I don't even want to look at my yesterday's score, but we go all the way, except you ignore Mega Satan. Actually, yesterday we were 3,088. That's actually not as bad as the daily from the 13th of May, where we just didn't find a seam that apparently everybody else on planet Earth found. Anyway, obviously yesterday's not my finest moment, but it was one of the funniest failures I've ever had. This is a 48,000 point Judas daily as the top score. And all the scores are actually very tightly clustered. Like, within the top 10, it only ranges from 43,000 to 48, which, I mean, might seem like a pretty large gulf, but that's pretty low relative to how it normally is. Usually, you know, between number one, or at least the scores near the top, and then, like, the scores that are a tier below that, but still better than I have ever done, there's usually a slightly wider gulf. So, seems like, you know, if you make it, you got a pretty good chance to be in that vicinity, or maybe I'm misreading it, but we'll find out soon. The big thing is, we just have to, like, be better. And it does, I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. You know, I know the good dailies will return. I've been sort of wildly inconsistent lately, and by sort of, I mean, like, extremely wildly inconsistent lately in Isaac, and, I do feel the pressure to be a lot better, but, we got time. You know, as long as we're entertaining, people will have patience. So I think we're gonna go check this out, because a single spirit heart is way more valuable as Judas than a blood bank chance on the next floor. And really, the first floor is pretty much as textbook as it can get for Judas here. Don't take damage, get a spirit heart by basically whatever means necessary, and then, you know, fight a boss that's not that tanky. Bob's your uncle. We're leaving after a minute and 22 seconds, and we got the blue cap, which makes me think it would be nice to have an arcade on this floor, but also fairly irrelevant. You know, it would be nice to have the access to the chance to get blood bag, but it doesn't really matter too much. Not yet, anyway. Having the spirit heart is nice. It's a fail-safe, and I think the more fail-safes I can get, the better, you know? It's a young person's attitude to not respect fail-safes. You know, oh, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, it's not really a young person's attitude. I think it's an attitude emblematic of a certain generation. And that's probably older than my generation, you know? I don't need a seatbelt, I never get into a car crash. I drive better when I'm drunk, you know? Stupid things like that. Not, of course, not blaspheming an entire generation here, I'm just saying. You know, my impression of kids these days is entirely based around the high school scenes from 21 Jump Street, starring Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Admittedly, that movie's like 5 years old now, so if you were in like 6th grade when it came out, you're probably about to graduate high school, and you're like, why are you talking about such an old movie? But they seem environmentally conscious, tolerant, and perhaps concerned with safety. And you know what? Safety's hip. Safety's hip. There ain't nothing wrong with safety. You want to work on the construction site? Sorry, buddy, you gotta wear a hard hat. That's just the way it is. Ooh, don't stop. I'm almost there. Okay. Okay. We could look for a second secret room right here. That seems like the most likely scenario for it to be. We haven't wasted it. Oh, that's not true. What the heck happened to my voice there? Little coffee bubble or something. We did waste a key. We went to the shop. Hopefully getting that spirit heart doesn't prove to be a big mistake. I don't think it will. Seems unlikely it would make that much of a difference. We will take black powder. Even having like low speed, black powder could be useful in the future, so we gotta check it here. I think we do look for a second secret room. Over a secret room. We found it. We got 3 red hearts. Sadly, no item room. It's a modest bummer, because this is a situation in which we could have found an item room. The only reason we didn't is because we bought a spirit heart, and then we ended up not needing the spirit heart. Does that mean it was a bad decision? It's hard to say, you know, Ashton Kutcher's butterfly effect. I hate that argument. First off, because I don't respect the butterfly effect as a movie. It's H.G. Wells fan fiction. Look, if you like, that's a movie that a lot of people like, and I'm okay with that. You know, I've come to terms with the fact that I'm glad not everybody has the opinions I have, because on some issues I'm insufferable. However, in the director's cut of The Butterfly Effect, I'm going to spoil it, it came out like 10 years ago, but in the director's cut of The Butterfly Effect, the whole movie is about, like, hey, you know, go back in time, try to fix things. Every time you fix things, you know, some unforeseen consequence happens that makes things actually worse, and you're like, maybe we should just accept the situation as it is, right? Maybe we should be content with the way things have played out, because it's made us who we are, and also because, you know, everybody's relatively happy and healthy. Anyway, the point is, at the end of that movie, Ashton Kutcher goes, oh, man, that was really bad. I wish and also a really bad Ashton Kutcher impression, but in his internal monologue, he goes, oh, I've really messed things up. You know what I'm gonna do? He goes back in time to when he's in his mother's womb, and then he strangles himself with his own umbilical cord. That's stupid. It's so stupid. I hate it. I watched that movie at a time. It came out when I was 16. Believe it or not, I had friends. They watch that movie, they go, oh, that ending's pretty deep. I'm there laughing along at the cafeteria. Yeah, it's pretty deep, man. I never would have thought of that. Maybe because it's stupid, over-dramatic nonsense. What do you just... I don't know, why don't you just go back in time to when you discovered that you got time travel powers and then hit yourself over the head with a brick or something so you don't have time travel powers anymore? It's been a while since I've seen the movie. They might have done the brick hitting strategy, and I don't get it. The point is, I don't like the argument that, like, well, if you didn't buy the spirit heart, maybe, you know, the magnetic spin on some atoms would be different and the whole causality chain would be messed up. But I will accept that it's not invalid as far as argumentation goes, but I think the more obvious effect of having a spirit heart... Come on, just let us finish a black powder circle of some magnitude here. The more obvious effect of having a spirit heart is confidence. You know, you know that you're not going to... Ooh, I don't think we want to open anything. You know you're not going to die, and as a result, weirdly enough, I think that sometimes makes you play better. Like, if you have too much security, I think you play worse. You know, you get a little complacent. That was just, you know, that's miscellaneous damage. That happens. See what we get here. Speedball. Actually really good for what we've got going on. I think we just head down to the next floor, to be honest with you. Yeah, if you're close to death, I think that's when you either play the best you ever play or the worst you ever play. And honestly, I don't want to play the worst I've ever played, so let's just eliminate that from our situations. I don't think I need to play the best I've ever played to consider today's daily a success, you know? I'm not shooting for an A+ here. If I could get, like, a C, a strong C that actually passes the game, please do not respond to that by saying you'll give me a strong C. I understand your lingo. I am a millennial like you. I'm you, but older. Get this Skype message out of my face, you big disgrace. Waving that push link all over the place. Of course I'll look at it and see what has been sent. 1.45 speed is enough to use black powder pretty aggressively. So I'm gonna, when I get a chance. But I also, you know, he's boxing me out pretty nicely here. I mean, we're doing a bunch of free damage to him. I think I'm finally, like 5 years after encountering Peep for the first time, I have a viable Peep strategy. And it's, whenever he shoots, just get as far away as you can. Never mind. Just disregard me. I was going to talk about how to dodge that exact shot right there. So, alright, let's see what this Skype message is. It's a push link. It's just it's a link to a picture of Papa John and his son Bo, both putting their fists up in the air because they're stoked about a Papa John sale. So, here you go. Important piece of the discourse for you. If you ever wonder why my brain seems a little, you know, fever-addled when I do these episodes, keep in mind I immerse myself every morning in that Skype conversation. Tomo, if you want to enter the room, you gotta knock on the door. You can lead a Tomo to water, but you can't make him drink. You don't have to make him drink. He's the thirstiest cat of all time. He loves water. It's like, he might drink more water a day than Kate does. Not more than I do. I'm a thirsty boy. Oh, this is the good gravy right here. Bookworm, and we will take Satanic Bible. To be honest with you, we are a little light on damage, but we're still pretty early in the game. It's easy to forget. But especially, I'm actually very resentful of the knockback that we got going on as well, because I guess maybe it's a product of our shot speed. But it's hard to catch enemies in a combo. Okay, so we got shop money. We made money by going here, at least. We do, well, actually, we're way ahead of schedule now that I actually look at it. I thought we were one floor earlier than we actually are. I know I harp on this all the time, and it's actually my fault because, you know, I should just get a new computer. Like, that's pretty much indisputable. But I really only get... Anytime you see the frame rate dip, it's like a Skype message. These fuckers only talk in Skype when I'm doing a freaking Isaac video. It's like the, oh, dad's away, post memes. It's... maybe it started as a coincidence, and I'm genuinely considering it might be like a conspiracy now. That's how you want to spend your workday. Don't let me stop you. Just... causing my frame rate to dip from 60 to like 42. But you know what? I shall persevere. That sounds like paranoid delusion. This is where I point out that it's ironic paranoid delusion, not get me committed paranoid delusion. What, is this the coupon? It's the coupon. So, every time I use the coupon, it makes one thing in the shop free. One thing in whatever room you're in free, including deals with the devil. Sinvicta told me. Even though this is a new item, I think it's worse than Satanic Bible. So we're gonna ignore it for now. But it's with great hesitance, because I do believe, you know, getting free deals with the devil on occasion sounds like a pretty sweet... Okay, now this is just getting ridiculous. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal. That is bad damage, but you know what? We're doing fine. Just hold it together, dude. You're doing completely okay. Grab your deal with the devil here. Swing your partner round and round. This is the tankiest Gertie I've ever seen in my life. Thank God for the speed upgrades, though. No deal? I like the tears upgrade, don't get me wrong. We need some more hurtin' power, as they said in the 2006 film Rocky Balboa. You got calcium deposits on your joints. Forget the rest of the... I was gonna call it a lyric. But really, that movie's very musical, so... You know, it opens with Sylvester Stallone being like, I'm Rocky, but I'm old. I can't punch that well, and when I get cold. It's... What is this video? Let's check into the Skype corner. It's a picture, it's an Australian dude holding a gun. The caption says, Weird Australian Josh. Alright. Bevy of greatest hits. Let's keep it going here. Occasional spider. My favorite kind of spider. Not happy about the damage I took, to be honest with you. How much damage that I've taken in this video has come from enemies that shoot shots radially? I don't know if that's a fair thing to complain about. Like, I only am getting hit by enemies that do a stupid circular attack. We have Curse of the Unknown. We should be completely okay. Stop taking damage. Anyway, as long as we just hold this run together, we got confidence, you know? This one is the first daily in like 5 days that doesn't end until the final floor, which is extremely good news because it means that I can't accidentally walk into a trophy, which would be incredible, you know, it would destroy my self-esteem for, you know, a matter of minutes, without a doubt. Little bit unhappy with the deals with the devil thus far. Black powder is a decent deal with the devil, and with 1.45 speed we can certainly make it work. However, whiffed on our 30 whatever percent chance, whiffed on our 60 whatever percent chance, and now we're sitting here with a 100% chance, 2 HP to the best of my memory. Of course, what I would describe as essentially unlimited black cards thanks to Satanic Bible, unless we really start to mess it up. Like, as of right now, we've taken some pretty dumb damage, but it hasn't been dumb enough to compromise the whole run. It's just not good damage. We got great rate of fire, 4.72 is our damage stat, which is subpar. But, you know, considering our rate of fire in Bookworm, we're still doing pretty well. And against certain kinds of bosses, we got the right, you know, we got the knowledge to get us into college here. Black powder can, you know, basically crap on some enemies, is what I'm saying, in no uncertain terms. There was a tinted rock back there. We got to be out of here by 16 minutes. We got plenty of time. I think you go back, you know, you've done well on this floor, relatively, after that capitulation earlier. We go back, we go to the curse room because we can afford to. We look for guppy stuff. Didn't get guppy stuff, but we did get an exploration bonus. We might as well go to the right while we're here. This could be the right way to go to begin with, but, you know, we want to get the exploration bonus. If you got time, you want to get the exploration bonus. Yeah, it's another demon heart once we finish this one. For whatever reason, like, over the past week or so, these have been the hardest enemies to dodge. Any enemy that has, like, a very small animation that telegraphs that they're about to shoot, and then they shoot in a somewhat unpredictable fashion. Apparently, like, whatever portion of my brain I use to, you know, code the dodge module for those guys. Is that how people say module? It sounded weird. You say module or module? Tomo, you don't get the answer, buddy. You don't have, like, the same kind of pharynx that we do. You can't make the sounds. But you know what? If you want to come into the room, welcome, Tomo. Welcome. Where are you going? You going penthouse? You going basement? What are you feeling today? Sleep till noon or high-powered job as an advertising executive? Oh, advertising executive. Good choice, buddy. Let me get this teacup out of your way. All right, let's go. It's like the daily with the most pauses in it. It's because I'm turning on Cheat Engine to give me Steven when I finish this room. One of these days I'm going to be right with that prophecy and it's going to backfire. But for now, it's just funny. We should peep it, like... It could be a special shop. It is highly not a special shop. Tomo, I see that you have your ears back. That's when a cat goes crazy. You know what, buddy? You may exit the room. If I miss this daily by 4 seconds, I am going to find you, and I'm going to grab you with both hands, and I'm going to turn you over, and I'm going to pet you vigorously on your belly because you're a cute and good boy. All right. And I will take personal responsibility for not locking my office during the recording session. Let's go. We're still going to be on schedule. Weirdly enough. Well, close to on schedule. Weirdly enough, sometimes in dailies when you fight Gish, you don't actually get little Gish, which is kind of what I'm hoping for now. That plus a deal with the devil that's not Krampus, please. Because as much as Lump of Coal could be solid for us, I really, really, really want more damage so that we can get through boss rush in, you know, less than 10 minutes. Just... Gotta get the fundamentals going again, dude. I'm kicking, like, laces in. Jason Elam would never kick laces in. So we did get Little Gish. And then we got Ceremonial Robes. It's a damage upgrade. Actually, 2.28 is a pretty sizable damage upgrade. As far as I'm concerned, we should be on full HP. And we are. We don't have any bombs, otherwise I would blow up the mirror. And I do think we want that. You know, 2 speed with Blood Bag, you really can't complain. So, of course, if we're able to get a bomb, we might like to use it on the mirror. Or we might like to use it to get golden bombs and then use the golden bombs on the mirror. That seems like a better option right now. This is good. We do have to be concerned about the pace of this run. Like the Backstreet Boys were concerned about the shape of their heart in that song when they tried to come back in like 2004. I think you peep these. Should we have? Fairly debatable. Just trying to complete the black powder circle. He's done it. He's done it. He got hit in the process, but I could have been hit by that one anyway. So I think 2 speed plus black powder is enough. If we're fighting, you know, I don't know what percentage of enemies can fly versus those that can't, but we should have a decent chance to get through boss rush relatively quickly. Keep in mind, we do want to fight Hush, so it's like... it's a bit of a crapshoot. I haven't fought Hush in a while, actually, mostly because I keep dying on non-daily runs before the freaking womb, which is embarrassing enough, I assure you, but... this would be a really good floor to beat the odds and get a deal with the devil. And have it not be Krampus. So there's a lot of ifs in there. Okay, I mean, this is sweet. Because, like, Black Candle's awesome. Stopwatch might be better. But I'm going to start with Black Candle. And then hope that we can get curses later. Okay, we did find our boss fight, which is exciting. We have not found our item room. How quickly can we beat Mom? Not as quickly as you might think. Because we don't have an orbital. And black powder's great, but we might find it a little tough to make it happen consistently on the foot. I guess we could black powder like one of the walls and then try to, you know, get Mom's hand to come out or something. We also have no problem sacrificing, like, black hearts to make it happen, but... ooh, I mean, I'm kind of not really stoked about doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't do me dirty. You know you want to give me this item room. I think it helps to realize that we're not actually at 1906 right now. We're actually at, like, you know, 1930, because we got to get into the... boss room. Fine. Hurt me more. I don't care. The body. Don't want it. Let's go. Don't need it. Don't need it. I want to be on half of a black heart so that if I get hit, the black heart does damage. I still have the ability to use our Satanic Bible. We're a few... I mean, we're like 1,000 points below where I'd like to be. I think you can see my methodology here. I hate you. Why are you so mean? I swear to God, like, the mom fight exclusively exists to annoy the shit out of people doing dailies at this point. Like, I spent so long trying to get this stupid thing set up so that she would step in the black powder. And then she just goes, no, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm not gonna spawn a foot today. Any other run, 900 feet. When I spawn in, oh yes, you know I'm gonna be the mom who spawns 900 feet. And when I screw you on your daily, you will know that I will be the mom who spawns no feet for you. I hate spikes. I'm not talking about the Magic the Gathering player archetype. I'm talking about these spikes here that make it very difficult for me to justify the use of black powder. This is going to be a slow-ish boss rush. This guy's going down, you know, early rounds, so freaking get him. Good stuff. Got to get the turdlings. Go into the black powder circle whenever possible. Keep in mind... yes, yes, Linkin Park lyric. But also, keep in mind, we gotta do the Hush fight on today's run as well. I dare not chance it with this guy. He's not afraid any longer. That was bad, admittedly. You know what we need next is the ability to fly. First off, it puts us on par with the bosses in the game, of which apparently 9 million% of them can fly. And then beyond that, it allows us to ignore the spikes, but I mean, fairly unlikely to happen on boss rush. I mean, get a golden chest as a reward. The golden chest could give us the ability to fly in the form of fate, I suppose, but describe that as extremely unlikely. Why do I even bother using black powder, man? You might be saying, I don't know at this point. You might be saying you don't know. I think that would be a fair assessment of things, to be honest with you. Oh, and then, of course, this guy decides spawn in. He doesn't know how to fly. Widow just fell on the spikes. That's a dream come true. There we go. Finally, we made that one work. At least, you know, like, I'm taking some pretty horrible damage. That's apparent to everybody in the room right now. Step on creep. But, you know, we are getting black heart damage done, which has some importance. We can finish boss rush relatively quickly and move along here. Just take your time. Hurry up. The choice is yours. Don't be late. I maybe shouldn't have used that. Not the lyric. The lyric is fine, you know. Who doesn't, you know, respect Nirvana in this day and age? Hey, I don't know what sound that was that came out of my body. It was a little horrifying. Gotta be honest, like, gastrointestinally, I'm not feeling that great today. I can't necessarily blame it on what I ate for dinner last night. But I did have a vegetarian poutine and a beer that tasted like malt vinegar. So, it would not necessarily be the biggest surprise to me if I'd eaten something that disagrees with my system. People get weirdly offended when they find out you've eaten a vegetarian meal by choice. We went to a vegetarian restaurant / bar because we live in, you know, probably the hipster capital of Canada, and I'm cool with that, dude. Give me a masala dosa any day of the freaking week. You know, give me a dal. I'm into it. Lentil soups as the day is long, but I decided to get the poutine, and I don't know, man. Something in my stomach is not loving the decision. But it could have also been the beer. You know, it's a beer trend right now, these sour beers. I actually quite like them. You know, I like a vinegar taste. But perhaps something in the ingredient list doesn't agree with my system. Ooh. Anyway, now that we're talking about my gastrointestinal woes, I've officially ascended to the level of being a 900-year-old person. And beyond that, we need to freaking go faster because this hush fight is gonna screw us, man. Well, if the scores are in the 40,000, yeah, it probably does have a hush fight on it, so. Where are you? Oh my. Okay, so that is. I wish that I could complain about that one, I guess is what I mean to say there. I just walked directly onto the spikes. Please. I am begging you for mercy. Finish boss rush. I love boss rush. It's one of my favorite mechanics in the Isaac series of roguelite video games. Being functionally forced into boss rush with slightly subpar damage. It's like my second least favorite thing on planet Earth after, I don't know, vegetarian poutine. That's right, I said it. Vegetarian poutine, worse than pollution. No, that's... Obviously there's worse things. Like vegan poutine. And I'm not even like, if you're vegan, that's fine, dude. I got nothing against that whatsoever. Like I said, Malf and I, we were vegetarian for a while. But you gotta admit, it can't possibly be as good as the regular variety. Otherwise, the regular variety would already be vegan. Okay, spoon bender. You know what? I'm out. spoon bender, will you be mine? By the way, I didn't go to the deal with the devil there, which could cost us, but I didn't go to the deal with the devil because, you know, we didn't have time. We could have missed our chance to do boss rush because of that, so. Greed's Gullet, but we have to fly to get it, so. No such luck. We basically have to go extremely quickly. And I'm hoping we're able to get boss rush here. What am I talking about? I'm hoping we're able to get Hush Fight here, but I'm also hoping we're able to, again, we need this. We're hoping we're able to beat the odds and get a freaking deal with the devil because, like, life is pain right now. 7 damage is fine. You might wonder why, like, if I started a run with 7 damage, I'd be stoked. But now, you know, I'm on the 8th floor and I got 7 damage and I'm complaining about it. It was because we're on the 8th floor. Enemies have 15 times the HP they used to have. We're not killing them fast enough to make the dream work, you know? They say teamwork makes the dream work. Well, this room is take us 45 minutes. Let's do it. Let's go. It was the boss fight, though. All is forgiven. You spawned a troll bomb and killed yourself. That's the only chance we have. Smart black powder plays. Deal with the devil. He's done it. He has not really done it, but we will take Sack Dagger. Okay, we gotta go, like, extremely fast here. I'm actually worried that we may die on the Hush fight. I know we have a ton of HP right now, so that seems patently ridiculous, but I'm being straight up with you. I'm a little concerned. I would take Shoop de Whoop. I know. I'm a menace to society because girls in biker shorts look so fly to me. That's NWA. Can't remember the name of that song, but I'm pretty sure it's offensive. I mean, they've only got a couple about, you know, their relationships with women. And the titles, I'm trying to think, you know, there's like A Bitch is a Bitch. I'm not saying that that represents how I believe. But at the same time, you do have to recognize... It sounds like I'm about to say, you do have to recognize they got some good points. But no, you gotta recognize, you know, the artistic value of Straight Outta Compton as a landmark in the gangster rap genre without necessarily, you know, believing 100% of what they say. I mean, again, in the opening verse of Straight Outta Compton, the titular track on the album, Ice Cube does threaten to cook and eat Los Angeles police officers. So, you know, I think it's fair to say that you probably don't assume that I want to eat police officers unless, you know, you've tuned into this channel for the wrong reasons. Let's just leave it at that. Because I don't eat pork. No, this is a surprisingly vegetarian episode of Isaac today. We're probably not going to make the Hush fight, which hurts me deep in my loins. If we, like, it's tough. If we really haul it, we might be able to make it happen. No, we are not going to make it happen. The superest of super bummers. Okay, the Gaz, Hagalaz, and Black Rune. I mean, that obviously is terrible damage, but in my defense, it's the slowest boss rush in Earth's history. Maybe it's good, you know, we don't have the same amount of pressure if we're just gonna do like a regular old daily that doesn't go to Hush. We're gonna miss out on some points. That's gonna keep us out of the top 100, but, you know, maybe we'll be loving life. It's like a weird daily. It's very solid, but certainly not exceptional. We definitely, like, whiffed on several of the deals with the devil. My damage penalty is going to be through the roof, but I think we've had a fun time together here. Considering my gastrointestinal distress, I think I've played okay. Worse than I would like, but okay at least. And man, like, the deals with the devil have been super whiffs. Let's see what we're playing on the NLSS today. Dead Cells, Quake Champions, Quiplash. That sounds perfect to me. Wonderful. Great show today. All right. Come watch it. Get a time machine. Go back. Do not strangle yourself in the womb with your own umbilical cord. You bring value to this existence. Crank on that. Okay. We finally... Well, I shouldn't say we finally got a damage upgrade. The thing is, we have gotten good damage upgrades over the course of this run. Just far too few of them. Like... Sin Robes was a 2-point-something damage up. That's high. I mean, part of that is because we have the Judas damage multiplier, but that's like a really nice damage modifier. Or damage up, I should say. And, you know, we just got Curved Horn. That's like another 1.8 or something that just came up for us. And we have no bombs, so. Then on top of that, we had Book of Belial for a long time. I'm kind of just going to mainline this one because I'm worried more about our damage penalty than anything else at this point. I don't think Exploration is going to save us too much, so. Use Sack Dagger. Get through this phase. Now play a little bit more passively because you just crushed him right there. Good work. The problem is we just didn't really, like, consistently ball out of control here. I think I might have missed something on today's daily because I got tweets from people and, like, people in Twitch chat when I was hanging out in my own chat to give them, you know, the lowdown on when the show was going to be today. They were like, enjoy today's daily. I'm not saying that, okay, this is obviously hot-ass garbage, but you know what? Give me D4 and suck everything else up. Look at that. Then re-roll my whole run. This was a re-roll. What in the world have you done? You had the dream, but it wasn't enough for you, was it? So this is the worst. We have Tech X, and we have Dr. Fetus, and yet the run is bad. Like, all we need to do... Oh my lord. And we have Midas Touch too, but all we need to do is get in there and hit him, but I can't hit him! That was maybe a little bit reckless, admittedly. I can't hit him because of the stupid tiny planet shots, man. But this is not a squandered daily. It was squandered when we couldn't make it to the Hush fight. Now it's just a fun run. Which maybe is the philosophy I should take more often regardless. So we're just trying, perhaps in vain, to get a reroll here. And at this point, you know, I can't distinguish myself by coming 400th on a daily. The best thing we can do is at least do something unique at the end of the daily, and I think we've certainly fit that bill. I don't know if you want to do the big room necessarily. You might want to start by doing some small rooms until you get a reroll here. We also don't know what our reroll is going to be. I gotta be honest, when the Bookworm Dr. Fetus shots land with Tech X attached to them, they crush. They're actually amazing. However, there's a little bit of risk inherent. Namely that, you know, the bombs explode into us and also they don't even go anywhere close to where we aim the majority of the time. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do one more. Let's do the big room. Get our reroll. Get your reroll. Great song, dude. Oh, you know Missy Elliott's Get Your Freak On? Little known indie classic that went #1 in about 45 countries. No, but that's a misnomer. First off, there aren't even 45 countries. Secondly, just because it's popular don't mean it's a bad song, baby. We actually played really well in that room. I think you reroll your whole run. This seems pretty dope now, and we also have the miter. So now we should live. As far as I'm concerned, if you ever use the D4 or D100, you should get a one-time balls bonus of like 3,500 points. So, I mean, this is why I don't design this game, because my ideas are too powerful. My ideas are too strong for you, gamer. Even the most powerful esports athletes can't handle my design documents, traveler. Who needs a spirit heart? At this point in your life, it's 2017. If you still need a spirit heart to win an Isaac run, you should just start a YouTube channel and play 2 runs of Isaac a day, plus other miscellaneous indie games and, you know, uploads of your Twitch VODs. Somewhere between 24 and 96 hours after they originally aired. Let's go. Am I going to reroll my whole run? I mean, the D-Infinity is pretty cool. Is it the D100? No, it's the D10. I think I'm going to reroll my whole run, but I kind of want to, like, see if the boss is here first, because this run's pretty good, and we could squander it really easily. Let's do it. We got Beelzebub. Is this Epic Fetus or Marked? It's Epic Fetus. So, I mean, it's, like, absurdly strong. We might actually rank better than expected on today's daily. We're not going to be top, you know, anything. Where is it marked? It is marked plus Epic Fetus. Because I'm like, my crosshair's not resetting in between shots. Just actually nice to not have to move it if we have an enemy that's largely stationary, like Blue Baby, for example. But I got to get out of the habit of moving it, too. Alright, let's go. I'm ready. Not sad bombs. Okay, walked into him, didn't take damage. Thank you, host head. Thank you, host man head, and your black and white cat. Where's my Commonwealth countries at? Okay, grab it. We're gonna be in like the low 30s. It's not a good score, but considering the reroll we got on the chest, I'm gonna live with it. 360, dude. You know why they call this the 360 rank? Because when you see it, you turn 360 degrees and moonwalk away. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.